Welcome. This is a special deep dive from the IELTS Focus. Today we're tackling the public health topic for your writing task 2. I'm going to give you some really high-level language, some great ideas, basically everything you need to crush this question. So let's get straight into it.
Okay, first things first, paraphrasing. This is such a critical skill for getting a high band score. And look, it's way more than just swapping out a few words. It's really about taking that question and turning it into an awesome introduction that sets you up for a great essay.
So just take a look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the task. Pretty straightforward, right? But now look at the paraphrase on the right. See what's happening? It's not just rewording, it's adding context, bringing in big ideas like a growing concern and getting specific with obesity. Right away, you're showing the examiner, hey, I get this topic on a deeper level. All right, if you really want to stand out, your essay can't just list ideas. You've got to challenge them. Let's dig into how you can deconstruct a really common but kind of simplistic solution, like the idea that just building more sports facilities is going to solve all our health problems.
So here's the trick to a really powerful counterargument. You have to find the hidden assumption. What's the one thing the other side is taking for granted? In this case, it's the idea that the only reason people are unhealthy is because they can't get to a gym. Once you spot that, that's your opening. It's like finding the weak spot in their argument, and that's where you attack. And this is exactly how you build out that counterargument. You don't just say, you're wrong. You explain why they're wrong by pointing out all these other huge factors they're just ignoring. Things like diet, stress from work, people having no time. I mean, think about it. A shiny new gym doesn't suddenly give a busy parent an extra 2 hours in their day, does it? And hey, you don't even need all that fancy equipment to be fit. A good walk or a run is totally free. Okay, so you've just masterfully taken apart that simple idea. Now what? Well, now it's your turn. This is where you pivot and present your own solution, a much more thoughtful one that actually gets to the real root of the problem. And here we have a really smart two-part approach. What's cool is how these steps are connected. Step 1 is about our mindset, right? Changing how we think about work and rest. That's huge. Because once you do that, you actually have the time and the mental energy for step 2, which is tackling our diet. You see? The two together make for a solution that's way more powerful than just building another gym. And this right here, this is such a great sentence to wrap up your paragraph with. Just saying that there's no simple solution, it sounds simple, but it tells the examiner that you're a mature thinker, that you get the complexity of the issue. It's a small sentence that, honestly, says a lot. All right, you've got the structure, you've got the critical thinking. Now let's arm you with the vocabulary to make it all shine. Using the right words and phrases, it can totally be the difference between a good score and a great one. Let's start with a fantastic one, time poor. Instead of just saying busy people, this term is so much more elegant, right? It perfectly captures that modern feeling of being stretched too thin because of work. You could write something like, many time-poor professionals find it impossible to cook nutritious meals. See how much more sophisticated that sounds? Okay, here's another easy upgrade. We all say healthy food, but let's swap that out for nutritious meals. It's more specific, a bit more academic, and it just instantly lifts the quality of your writing. It's one of those small changes that really makes a big difference. Now this phrase, this is a game changer for any complex topic. A combination of factors. When you use this, you're immediately telling the examiner, I'm not going to give you a simple one-sided answer. For example, you could say, poor public health stems from a combination of factors, including lifestyle, diet, and even stress. It just shows a higher level of thinking. Okay, look at this list. I want you to think of these as your vocabulary toolkit. These are what we call collocations, basically words that just sound right together in English. When you use them, your writing just flows better, it sounds more natural, more professional. You want to sprinkle these throughout your essay. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. So what's the big takeaway here? At the end of the day, improving public health isn't just one person's job. It's a team effort. It takes government, it takes companies, it takes us as individuals. So as you're prepping for your test, really think about that phrase, the cooperation of everyone involved. What does that actually look like? Getting into that level of critical thought, well, that's how you nail a high band score.